Welcome to Happy Milestone Family.
Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled by a sparkling river, lived a dog named Bruno. Bruno was known throughout the village for his wagging tail and playful nature, but he had one major flaw: he was incredibly greedy. One sunny afternoon, Bruno was wandering through the village market when he stumbled upon a large, juicy bone lying near a meat shop. His eyes lit up with excitement.
Oh, what a splendid bone! This will be the most delicious treat ever.
He quickly grabbed the bone in his mouth and trotted off towards the river. He couldn't wait to find a quiet spot where he could gnaw on his prized possession. As Bruno reached the riverbank, he looked around to make sure no one was watching. Bruno found a comfortable spot under a shady tree on the other side of the river to settle down to enjoy his bone. But as he started crossing the bridge, something shiny in the river caught his eye.
What is that?
He stood up and walked closer to the water's edge. There, in the reflection, he saw another dog with an even bigger bone in its mouth.
Who dares to have a bigger bone than mine? That bone should be mine.
Without realizing that he was looking at his own reflection, Bruno barked loudly at the other dog. But as he barked, his own bone fell from his mouth and splashed into the river. Bruno watched in horror as the bone sank to the bottom, carried away by the current.
Oh no! My bone! Come back!
He frantically splashed into the water, trying to retrieve his bone, but it was too late. The bone had disappeared, leaving Bruno with nothing but the cold realization of his mistake. He climbed back onto the riverbank, wet and shivering, and very sad, feeling utterly foolish.
How could I be so greedy? If only I had been content with what I had.
As Bruno sat there, looking at his lost bone, he heard a gentle voice behind him. Just then, a wise old owl who had been watching the whole scene from a nearby tree spoke up.
Bruno, sometimes in our quest for more, we end up losing what we already have.
Bruno looked up at the owl, his ears drooping.
I understand now. I was too greedy and now I've lost everything.
The moral of this story, dear Bruno, is that greed can lead to loss. Be content with what you have, and you'll be much happier.
Bruno thanked the owl for the wise words and slowly walked back to the village, feeling sad. As he reached the village, he started looking for food everywhere. Few kind men watched hungry Bruno and waved at him with a big piece of meat in their hand and said,
"Hey, Bruno! You seem to be hungry, you can have this meat."
Bruno wagged his tail and thanked the kind people. He promised himself never to be greedy again.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and share the video. Thank you.